Welcome everyone to this explainer. Okay, let's just admit it. Apple's 2026 smartphone lineup is, well, kind of confusing. If you're in the market for a new device right now, you've probably noticed that choosing the right iPhone isn't as simple as it used to be. You aren't just picking a screen size anymore. You're picking between vastly different philosophies. So we're going to break down all the specs, the crazy design shifts, and the real-world performance to find the absolute perfect device for your exact lifestyle. So, here is our game plan for today. We'll quickly cover the 2026 dilemma, look at some wild design and display surprises, dig into power and performance, explore the creator camera divide, and finally, give you the verdict on your absolute best match. Section 1. The 2026 iPhone Dilemma. Right now, Apple's lineup spans three totally different phone philosophies jammed into basically the exact same footprint. It's the ultimate paradox of choice. You've got the value-driven standard iPhone 17 starting at $799, and then way over on the premium end, the flagship 17 Pro Max at $1199. That is a massive $400 gap. And sitting super awkwardly right in the middle, last year's 16 Pro. Apple actually stopped selling it directly, so it's a reseller-only option now while legacy stock lasts. But it really complicates things, because it packs older Pro features that the brand new base model misses out on. Oh, and get this. Apple completely axed the 128GB base tier for the 17. You're now getting 256 gigs right out of the gate for that same $799 price tag. Honestly, that's a huge value upgrade. Moving right along to Section 2, Design and Display Surprises. So both of the brand new 2026 models are fully embracing aluminum, but they're doing it in completely different ways. The base 17 keeps things super simple and breezy. It's actually the lightest of the trio at just 6.24 ounces with a standard slim aluminum frame. But then you have the 17 Pro Max. This thing is a beast at 8.22 ounces, stepping it up with a highly durable aluminum unibody. That is a massive pivot away from Apple's old Pro line strategy. And to beef up that aluminum, the Pro Max gets Ceramic Shield 2 slapped on both the front and the back, which literally gives you 3 times better scratch resistance than standard Ceramic Shield. Now, here is the pure irony of this whole situation. If you are one of those people who absolutely loves that premium, lightweight, slightly more scratch-resistant titanium feel, well, you actually have to go buy the oldest, discontinued phone in the lineup. Yep, the 16 Pro is the one and only device out of the three holding on to that titanium build. But okay, while the 16 Pro might win the frame battle for some folks, there is an absolutely wild brightness upset when we power these screens on. The base iPhone 17 completely ties the ultra-premium Pro Max at an astounding 3,000 nits of peak outdoor brightness. It just towers over the older 16 Pro, which is firmly capped at 2,000 nits. To put that into perspective, if you're always outside in direct sunlight, the so-called non-Pro iPhone 17 is going to give you a very real, very practical edge over last year's Pro model. All right, Section 3, Power and Everyday Performance. Under the hood, the standard 17 is rocking the A19 chip, and the Pro Max has the A19 Pro. Meanwhile, the 16 Pro is sitting there on the older A18 Pro. Practically speaking, this means the 2026 models are a full generation ahead for heavy on-device AI tasks. Why? Because they pack these brand new neural accelerators right into their GPU architecture. It's basically a dedicated brain just for AI, something the A18 Pro completely lacks. Now sure, the 16 Pro is still perfectly fine for your daily scrolling and light gaming, but if you plan to hold onto your phone for 4 or more years and really want to leverage Apple Intelligence, the 17 and 17 Pro Max are definitely the safer bets. Okay, pause for a second. I really want you to remember this massive number, 39. That 39 represents the maximum video playback hours of the 17 Pro Max. I mean, what an absolute flex in battery efficiency. That's nearly a 45% jump over the 16 Pro, which taps out at 27 hours. But get this, even the base iPhone 17 hits 30 hours. Think about that. The cheapest phone in this lineup is literally beating last year's Pro model in battery life. And to sweeten the deal, both of the new 2026 models charge way faster too. They can hit a 50% charge in just 20 minutes with a 40-watt adapter, whereas the 16 Pro is going to keep you waiting for 30 minutes. Section 4. The Creator Camera Divide. Now this is where the telephoto lens becomes the absolute ultimate separator. The base 17 has a fantastic dual 48-megapixel system, right? But it has zero actual optical telephoto reach past its standard 2x sensor crop. So if you're out there trying to shoot wildlife or a distant subject, it just can't compete. The 16 Pro gives you a 5x zoom, which is nice, but it's only on a 12-megapixel sensor. But the 17 Pro Max? Oh man, it boasts a massive 8x optical zoom range across 3 full 48 megapixel sensors. That means even when you crop way in, your zoomed shots are still going to retain an incredible amount of detail.
But if we flip these phones around, there's another pretty huge surprise. For you vloggers or massive selfie takers out there, both the 17 and the 17 Pro Max share a heavily upgraded 18 megapixel front camera, fully equipped with center stage and dual capture. And the 16 Pro? Well, it's stuck with the older 12 megapixel camera and doesn't even have center stage. It gets left in the dust once again for front-facing video.
So if you are a serious video shooter using those rear cameras, everything really comes down to one word: Genlock. The 17 Pro Max supports Apple Log 2 and Genlock, which allows for frame-accurate synchronization across multiple external cameras. This is a true, undeniable Pro Max exclusive. It quite literally transforms the device from a high-end smartphone into a professional multi-cam studio tool. Neither the 17 nor the 16 Pro can pull that off. And look, if you're actually shooting all that massive professional ProRes video, you've got to get it off your phone eventually, right? Well, here is where the base 17 finally shows its limits. Its USB-C port is capped at those old USB 2 speeds. Meanwhile, the 16 Pro and 17 Pro Max support USB 3, which is up to 20 times faster. If you're moving giant 4K video files to a computer, the base 17 is going to leave you sitting there waiting for minutes instead of seconds. It's honestly one of the clearest ways Apple keeps that base model differentiated. Section 5. Final verdict. Your best match. We've translated the jargon, we've looked at the hardware, so here is exactly how you should make your call. Step 1. If you mostly just consume content, browse the web, and take casual photos, do yourself a massive favor. Save your money and get the iPhone 17. For $799, you're getting 256 gigs of storage, the next-gen A19 chip, that brilliant 3000 nit outdoor brightness, and better battery life than last year's Pro. It's hands down the smartest buy for most people. Step 2. Only hunt down a 16 Pro at a reseller if you absolutely demand that budget titanium feel, or if you desperately need a basic telephoto lens but refuse to pay flagship prices. Just go in knowing you're sacrificing future-proof silicon and some serious battery life. And finally, step 3. Step all the way up to the 17 Pro Max if you literally make a living creating media. You're getting the 48 megapixel telephoto, that insane 39-hour battery, and the 20 times faster transfer speeds. I love this quote because it so brilliantly illustrates the core divide in the 2026 lineup. The top-tier device has fully transitioned. It's no longer just a luxury status symbol you buy to show off. It's a dedicated, highly specialized piece of equipment designed for a very specific type of user. So it all boils down to this one ultimate question you really need to answer before buying your next device. Are you a creator first or a consumer first? Be completely honest with yourself about how you actually use your device every single day. I really hope this explainer helped untangle the specs and made your choice perfectly clear. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and keep learning.